Now, hello everybody, this is Bugsy here, and I want to just say one thing. I want to just say one thing to you guys. I I want to just say that people think I'm like, oh, Bugsy, you're changing Steven Universe because you don't like Rebecca Sugar's things. That's partly it, but I still like Steven Universe, regardless of what people may say, and regardless of what flaws it has. It's actually a good show sometimes. If you want to listen to freaking a person nitpicking for like an hour and a half, if you want to look at someone nitpicking for like 2 hours, go look at Lily Pete. Oh, that person has that lady has so much hate, so much hate for everything. Like, god dang, relax, take a breather. Or since I found out saying chill and try again is such a dismissive term nowadays. I saw his words, not mine. I said chill and try again. Yeah, I'm perverting my grandpa's own saying just because. That's that's sad. But anyways, I did this because one, I haven't touched my own Team H universe in a very long time because I've just been busy with other projects, and it felt good to go back to this. It felt good to make H a little bit more than the typical hero that he kind of was. Because if Prime is everything, if Prime is a chaotic hero, then H is just a regular fucking hero, and I wanted to put a little bit more depth to him than what it is. See, I feel like Steven needs a guy like H.E. to teach him that you can be a pacifist, but not all the time can your pacifist ideals be achieved. Because everybody's gonna want to fight you, everybody's gonna want to attack you, everybody's gonna want to have something to do with you. Because the diamonds are technically they're kind of like monarchs, queens of their own like sectors, and to you you are kind of the same thing. You're kind of a disgrace queen in a way, or king, whatever. But you still are. People still will try to gun for you no matter what. So you have to understand to fight. You have to understand that you're gonna have to fight, and even though you're probably gonna not like what you do, you're gonna probably have to kill too, and it's gonna happen. You're gonna have to fight. It can't be avoided sometimes. You can talk things through, but there's always gonna be times where you're gonna have to fucking, you know, fucking, grown parent fight. There's always gonna be some times where you're gonna have to do that, and your pacifist ideals will just have to take a back seat to what has to be done. You know, there's a lot of I would make a lot of shorts kind of developing Steven and H's kind of mentor slash friend kind of relationship because that's what they have. You know, he's he's more hands on with Steven, but he ain't afraid to just discipline him if he does something that's stupid that could get him killed. Also, like Ro when Pearl has that little moment where she's like, "You didn't even know her because you were born. It's because you never met her." Like she says to Steven. And she has a little moment where she's talking about Rose, and basically in my version, H.E. pulls her aside and goes, "Look, Pearl, I understand you loved Rose. I understand, but there are things she probably didn't tell you, and you have to understand that. Rose kept her secrets from everybody, including me and you, and we were the most closest ones to her. Heck, I didn't even know anything really about Steven and how he was going to be born. I thought that she was gonna have a kid and that would be it. But that's not what happened. Okay? So there were secrets that she didn't even tell us, and I know you feel it. I know why you feel like that. Don't get me wrong. I understand. But Steven needs you, not emotional Pearl. You have your times to cry. You can cry right now, but honestly, you can't be freaking flipping the handle because of Rose. And then Pearl would chime in with like, "How do you know? You were never. She never loved you." It didn't have to be like, yeah, but I can relate with a certain thing that's kind of like that. But you gotta, when people are gone, they're gone. You can pine for them, you can cry for them, but it's never gonna change the fact that it happened. You know, we can all be in deep mourning, bro, but we all decide when it's time for us to be picked up, dusted off, and taking, and we all decide when it's time for us to just be picked up, dusted off, and being ready for the world, because we can't mourn forever. I can't mourn forever. And he's talking. This is like before. Um, this is like, I think this would be before Jailbreak or after it. I don't know. But basically, but basically, um, but basically, he just talks to Pearl about it. Like she doesn't flip out or anything. He just because I feel like HE's kind of in the same boat because he really didn't see Rose. He didn't really see Rose, aka Pink Diamond, as kind of a kind of a kind of a sister in a way, and it does kind of hurt that she's not around. And he is talking about like, yeah, we have our times to mourn, but not all the that we can't mourn forever. We got sometimes we just gotta pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and just face the world. You can't always mourn forever. You can be sad, you miss them, you can cry a little bit, but you can't. But you can't be lashing out on people. You can't be lashing out at her son just because he doesn't know. Of course he doesn't know. He doesn't know anything about her. And that's your job, Pearl. You should be telling him more things about her. So he knows. I know you can't tell him I know you can't tell him the big secret, but you can tell him the smaller ones. The stuff that he can kinda know. Stuff that Greg tells him, yeah, but you know the other stuff. And he needs to know that stuff before before you know what shows up. So you have to do that instead of mourning. You can do it on your own time, but you gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it when he's not around, at least. You got me? And then Pearl just says, "Why do you feel like you're taking over the crystal gems? It's not like Rosa put you in charge because you left. I left because my race needed me. You think I wanted to leave during? You think I wanted to leave during the Gem War, Pearl? Did you think that's something I really wanted to do? But my people needed me because I was their prince, and they needed me. And I know you all needed me too. So you gotta understand how hard that was for me too. God, it's not all about you. I was twisted up. I was twisted up and turned inside because I had to do what I had to do. You think I didn't want to come and fight beside fight beside my own fight beside my own kind of because Rose was like my sister. And I would have gave my life to help her out in this war. But I had to think what would have been good for my people. You know, I'm a strong Chaos Lord in my race, and they needed me. So don't give me that whole I wasn't there. I wanted to be there. You can't pull that whole anger card on me. I want you to know that, Pearl. Don't be mad that she took an interest in me and Greg before you. She wasn't into you, Pearl, and you should have just accepted that as is. Instead of just trying to hate on me and Greg. Because it ain't our fault. Rose made her decision, and you should have went with it instead of just being a petty little child. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna do some damage control after what you. I'm gonna do some damage control after those things you said to Steven and the others. Okay? And Pearl just kind of mutters out, "I hate you." And I'm like, "Oh, trust me, Pearl, the feeling is mutual." Like they kind of Greg and Pearl, they kind of have that whole like Greg and Pearl, they had this whole heart to heart, but Pearl, like, after the whole Mr. Greg thing, she actually does say sorry to Aichi about it. He's like, "Listen, Pearl, I don't hate you. I don't hate you, man. I was just angry. You know, I was angry that day. And you were angry, and we were both angry, and we both have our own. We both miss her too. So, can we just be cool, be friends? The kid needs you and me and Greg. So we all need to work together, okay? None of this fighting back and forth. All right? Can we do that?" So yeah, there's that. But now let me get to the point. Let me get to the point of this video, really. Okay, listen to me, folks. Just because HQ's cool with Blue Diamond doesn't mean she's cool with the rest of the Crystal Gems, because she kind of sees the Crystal Gems as the ones who corrupted her mind. She still calls Steven pink, and Garnet absolutely still loathes her. I didn't say this in the actual like extra, because I was just trying to cover the main basics. But yeah, the Diamonds may be on their side, but they don't really like it. And Garnet even questions Aichi, like, "Why are you even with her?" Because we both grieved for people who were lost to us. And I'm helping her through that, Garnet. I know she's never really gonna understand fusion, but I'm just trying. I saw a heart that was lonely, like mine, and I reached out. No, as Ruby and Sapphire, you all have each other. And you're a little personification of that love. Blue doesn't. I don't. We found something in each other. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. But they're on our side, and we should just try to be a little bit more nicer. Right? I'll try to tell Blue to be a little bit more nicer to you. I can't really do anything about Yellow. So, yeah. I think she's always angry. Like, she's always scowling at somebody. She's always angry. So, I'll see what I can do about that. And more Stevani episodes. Because honestly, that needs to happen more. Also, there'd be more like talks between. There'd be more talks between H.E. Lapis and Steven, because H.E. would really. H.E. and Lapis wouldn't even like. Like a lot of characters at first don't like H.E. because of how abrasive he fucking is. Because again, the thing I don't really come the thing I kind of don't really establish is the fact that when it's fighting time, when it's like fucking we got a fight time, he's more like a fucking general sometimes, which Blue is somewhat attracted to. I don't know why I told you that, but it's a little it's a little thing that gives it the old bugs they touch them. But anyways, little tiny things aside. He'll look at Lapis and be like, Lapis, I understand you were put in the mirror for all those years, and I can't even imagine all the shit you had to go through. But if you don't want to fight, don't fight. You know, but don't fucking play that whole, because trust me, I was in a war where I had no choice. I had to fight. I had to fight my people. I had to fight my subjects. Do you think that I had an easy road? No, I didn't. But you were constantly going like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Then don't. But don't be a little scaredy cat and take the barn from Peridot. Because honestly, I'll keep you and the rest of them protected. Steven will too. The Crystal Gems will too. We gotta try. That's the thing. I faced many, many, many unwinnable odds and came out stronger because of it. You, Lapis, you haven't really done anything that proves that you can do something. I mean, yeah, you show from what Steven told me, you did fight the Crystal Gems, and you do have from what Steven told me, you do have a little bit of power, but you choose not to use it. And I don't know and my nose is stuffed up. I don't know what's your real mental block or anything, but if you don't want to fight, don't do it. But there's gonna be a fight. There's gonna be a fight going on. We fought Blue. I mean, we fought. No. This is before that. We fought most of Homeworld's scouts. And yes, the diamonds are coming. But if you want to leave, go right ahead. She actually does take the barn and H.E. just lets out the most biggest string of like, fuck you, Lapis, you mother, and then he just keeps on going for like a complete like 30 minutes. We just cut to him like looking up, and he's just letting it go. He's like, and she was like, what happened? Lapis turned chicken. That's what happened. He's like, Lapis, I didn't know aquas can be such freaking chickens. You turn at the first sign of danger. So, when they were all fighting the diamonds, when he saw Lapis, that's why he said, Lapis, you brave Aqua Gem. You brave son of a bitch. He actually even has a line where it goes like, It's about time you finally showed up. You can, and Lavscott's like, yeah, you can rub it in later. Oh, I will. Trust me. He has the mask on, but he's like, oh yeah, I will. Trust me on that. When this is all over, I will, but not now. But basically, I feel like my version is just everything I wanted. You know, and it may not be for everyone, but I like the way it's going, and I like how I kind of left it open to kind of diverge from where White Diamond is, where they are in the actual story, to where I can tell my own things because that's the diversion point. Because from what I saw in the trailer, Pink, Steven is trying to talk to White Diamond about uncorrupting, uncorrupting the crystal gems and other gems. But I know White Diamond's gonna refuse. But I do kind of like my version where White Diamond is like, "No, you're here now, Pink. So now I'm gonna make sure you stay forever, and I'm gonna make sure Blue and Yellow follow my example when I use my mind powers to take over you." I don't know. I like that better because it shows that that White Diamond may act all composed, but she's a conniving, evil mastermind. She is Gem God. Anything anything that she can do, anything that she can probably do, she probably can, and she can probably make all the other gems fall to her will. I don't know what they're gonna do in the actual show, and I can't wait until I see it. But I kind of like how she doesn't want to go after the crystal gems yet, and Yellow and Blue yet, because she has other bigger fish to fry. And but she does come for them. She does come for them. It doesn't happen yet. And I will talk more about that when we get to it. Again, this is not only like a Steven Universe thing, but this is my Team H universe thing, where other heroes from other franchises come in because they all live in one combined world, one combined universe. So we're gonna so in the next part, that isn't an extra, this is like extra 2, but the next part is gonna be more or less it's gonna be more or less about it's gonna be more or less about I was thinking of like dropping Ben from this little Ben 10 crossover thing, because I feel like I want like the Crystal Gems to have their own kind of thing with like Ben. Like I'm talking like Alien Force Ben. Like Ultimate Alien Ben. I wanna do their own little thing with Gilgax and Ben. But the crossover now is just gonna be about Danny Phantom and Danny Phantom and Vlad and the Crystal Gems and an old Team H enemy by the name of Dr. Cube, who was also the oldest enemy of Bugsy Prime's Rogue Gallery. So yeah, there's gonna be that. You should probably like trust me, that one's gonna be a little bit more interesting. So yeah. Also, I will talk like this while doing Dr. Cube's lines. It shall be the best. I'd say it'd be the most fun that you'll ever have. I love doing that voice, by the way. I don't get enough time to show it out because in Prime's story so far, Dr. Cube died in the explosion with the Cubestrosity, so we don't really get to see him just yet in the main timeline. But in this timeline, I was thinking, yeah, he can totally be a part of this. He'd just be working with Vlad Masters, like, Vlad, okay, I will work with you if that means I can finally take that meddlesome Chaos Lord down a peg finally. And Vlad's like, of course you will. As long as I can take that meddlesome Danny Phantom down, I think we'll be fine. Good. And Danny actually kind of just, I'm not going to tell you more about that, but yeah, that's kind of how they decide to work together. But I'm not going to explain the specifics until I actually get to that part. But yeah, this is going to be pretty cool. We're gonna really bring the Team H storyline full circle, and it's gonna be so fucking amazing and epic and cool. And when I get off of my break, I'm really gonna delve into some shit when we get into this kind of fight between Vlad and Dr. Cube, and it's just gonna be great. And plus, like I said, Harima and Ansukamaru are kind of alive in this timeline now, ever since the reunited episode rewrite I did. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff, and yeah, I think that's about it. But everything else, again, like I said, the gems really still don't like the diamonds. I would say the bridge between them and the diamonds are Steven and Aichi, because they are actually trying to be more diplomatic. They're being a little more diplomatic and making sure no one tries to kill the other. So then there's that. Maybe I'll talk more about certain episodes and other episodes and stuff, or and maybe something with Greg and Amethyst. Kind of Amethyst's way of actually just saying she's sorry for what happened in that one episode. You know the one I'm talking about. You know the one, because Amethyst doesn't really even say sorry. They just kind of go, "Yeah, I'm here to help you with the stuff." But I actually want them to I want an episode where they actually reconcile. They acknowledge what the fuck happened, and Amethyst goes out of her way to just say how sorry she actually is. And I'll explain that in probably another extra. But I will see you all later. Bye, folks.